Good morning, everybody. I, Chandrashekhar Tilak, welcome you all in this Wednesday weekly feature, Market. Today, I want to discuss with you certain recent events in our primary market as well as in our secondary market. All of us have just now witnessed the fantastic success enjoyed by the IPOs of Happiest Mind first and Mazgaon Dock in a subsequent week. Certainly, these two companies, one similarity is there that both of them have witnessed certainly a very good success as far as their IPOs are concerned. At the same time, another similarity between the IPOs of Happiest Mind and Mazgaon Dock is immediately after their listing, contrary to the recent history of our IPO market, their shares got listed at a higher prices, and at least that trend was continued in the first week. And also, they have witnessed a fantastic trading volumes as well. And those trading pressures were not merely a selling pressure, but certainly the reinvestment pressures as well. Because many of the persons who were not lucky enough to get an allotment as far as the IPOs were concerned, were still interested and seeing the performance on the secondary market as well, albeit for a shorter period of time, went rushed into the market to buy those shares. Barring these similarities, certainly there are certain other factors as well which needs to be looked into. Because one would realize that as far as the backgrounds are concerned, Happiest Minds is extremely considerate case or the opposite polar case compared to a Mazgaon Dock. Mazgaon Dock is out and out a government sector company, whereas Happiest Mind is in a startup nature. But government is being a patronage as far as the Mazgaon Dock is concerned. Certainly that can't be treated as a brand ambassador as far as the selling and the response of a Mazgaon Dock IPO is concerned. But that was not the case with Ashok Soota. Happiest Mind as a startup may be a newbie as far as the market is concerned. But Ashok Soota is a veteran. Ashok Soota of Wipro, Ashok Soota of Mindtree was known to everybody. And many of us, including myself, were doubtful whether he will be able to recapture and recalculate and recreate the magic of a Wipro or a Mindtree. Let me confess that I was proven wrong as far as the success of IPO of a Happiest Mind is concerned. But one thing is need to be noted very well, that IT sector, all of us are much more conversant with rather than a defense sector to which Mazgaon Dock belongs. And especially, not only a defense sector, but a submarine with which Mazgaon Dock is interlinked is a field which is not known to many of us. And certainly the demand thereof is dependent on a warmongering attitudes either fostered on our country or we looking at defense as a certain sector kind of a scenario. So if one has to look into the success of a Mazgaon Dock IPO, it certainly gives a clue to many of the things which may unfold as far as the IPO market or a capital market of our country is concerned. And to be honest, in that particular respect, I personally believe that success and response of a Mazgaon Dock Limited is much more a positive news for a capital market than a success enjoyed by a Happiest Mind. This can be manifold. One thing is very certain, that as far as our Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan is concerned, where our Prime Minister on 12th of May 2020 added a tagline to this Atmanirbhar when he said, be local, be vocal and be global. Probably this be global thing may be very important as far as the success of Mazgaon Dock is concerned. As if we are in a position to let out our ISRO activities, if we are in a position to let out our space research and educational activities to the SAARC and other countries, probably the success and facilities of Mazgaon Dock may be in the offing as far as these responses are concerned. I am not saying in a lighter vein, because we have realized that not only on 12th of May we talked about Atmanirbhar as a country, but on subsequent 5 days, from 13th of May to 17th of May, Nirmala Sitharaman, Minister for Finance, and respected Anurag Singh Ji Thakur, Minister of State for Finance, deliberated upon 20.63 lakh crore package detailing the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan as a mission. One of the item over there was enhancing the FDI limit from 49% to 75% as far as defense sector is concerned. Then we also said that defense boards need to be corporatized if not privatized. Few weeks later, Honorable Defense Minister Rajnath Singh ji said that not less than 118 commodities pertaining to the defense sector will be completely produced in our country in the next span of 2 to 3 years. We have also said that up to the procurement of 200 crores related to the defense sector, the global tenders will not be invited. That clearly shows that new companies emerging and remaining from the defense sector may be put as far as the IPO markets are concerned. In that case, if it is not privatized, certainly it is a corporatization. Subsequently, this particular trend, if this particular trend of success continues, may get percolated to other industries or the companies from a defense sector belonging to a government stable but which are already listed on a company. Whether HL, BDL, BEL are in the offing, whether it would have the positive impact on Bharat Forge or other companies, whether it would have other positive impact as far as the secondary market prices of the companies are concerned, which are in the mode and need of a defense sector exporters or the suppliers. These particular things are worth pondering, especially when our secondary market indices are wobbling to some extent. I am using the word wobbling with a clear-cut understanding. But before going to that, one more point related to the comparison between Happiest Mind and Mazgaon Dock concern, I would like to put it forth. Certainly few of you who are so observant as far as the capital market developments and scenario are concerned might have realized already. But it is worth that both these companies' FPO prices or the listed prices are in the vicinity of their FBO bids, point number one. Point number two, Happiest Mind to some extent have started decelerating as far as their market prices are concerned. Certainly we have witnessed much more trading days as far as the shares of Happiest Minds are concerned compared to Mazgaon Dock. But one thing is very clear, that if you see the first opening day trading prices, not only Mazgaon Dock shares got listed almost at the same level as far as their biddings were concerned, but a major important factor is, as far as this completely green company is concerned, the trading volumes which got recorded. Almost more than 3 crores of shares of a Mazgaon Dock got traded on the first day of its listing. And in the next subsequent 2 days, the market prices of the Mazgaon Dock shares have not gone up or down to a great extent, but the trading volumes have shown a particular trend which is exactly in contrast to a Happiest Mind. That shows probably, as we say in a filmy dialogue, Mazgaon Dock may turn out to be a lambi race ka ghoda. Can it be said about Happiest Mind? Because if you see the trading volume pattern as well as the market price pattern, even between the day of a high price, a low price and a closing price of a particular day, Happiest Mind is moving in a particularly diametrically opposite situation compared to the Mazgaon Dock situation. Neither I am acting as a brand ambassador of a Mazgaon Dock, but certainly when a defense sector related company shows this kind of a performance on a capital market front, it is worth. If nothing else, it is only showing and demonstrating that probably the fundamental performance of Mazgaon Dock as a company is much on a sounder footing. I am over this point, I am not comparing Mazgaon Dock with Happiest Mind, because Happiest Mind is much more close and open as far as the further competition is concerned. To that extent, Mazgaon Dock as a company or as a manufacturer or a producer is not facing that kind of a competition. But given the requirement of a long-term capital, comparatively a longer gestation period, and most importantly, a change and a game of a margin rather than a game of volume, and basically from this particular aspect, Happiest Mind needs to be compared again and again vis-a-vis a Mazgaon Dock. And if not for Atmanirbhar, that may be true for any other companies which are coming into the market from such kind of the sectors, which are new to the market. but not detrimental, but sentimental. I am repeating the word. I have not used the word detrimental. I have used the word sentimental as far as the national economy and national integrity is concerned. Because who knows, if Mazgaon Dock has performed well as my submarine provider or a defense provider to my country, if Mazgaon Dock in the coming days proves a fantastic market player as well, there is every likelihood that not only our country would become Atmanirbhar as far as defense sector is concerned, who knows, in the years to come, ours would be the country just next to America, China and Australia, where defense may turn out to be, if not the most important, one of the important exporter as far as my national economy is concerned. So from both these angles, not only its capital market performance, but even its ground level, to put it correctly, the sea level performance of a Mazgaon Dock, considering its submarine production, would be of much more interest to all of us. Comparatively happiest mind is in a known territory of us. One way or the other, whether it is a volume testing, regression testing, software testing, map developments and web designs, these fields are known to us. It is not only open to competition, but this field is also open to comprehension. So we would be in a better position compared to the Mazgaon Dock to assess the performance of a happiest mind. But one thing is certain, as Wayne says, that success gets triggered for the success for others. Certainly that's kind of a scenario is unfolding. And that's why if anyone is really interested in understanding and underlining, not undermining, but underlining the current, cross-current and undercurrent of a niche area, then certainly Mazgaon Dock would be a good case study, especially for the management, finance and the investment students. And it has got reflected to some extent, because all of a sudden this is proving that opening of many opportunities as far as the secondary market is concerned. And this kind of opening of too many opportunities at a given point of time may be a wobbling factor as far as the secondary market Sensex developments are concerned. I will not be dwelling upon that point to a great extent, because my recent Bazar Gappa column uploaded on my YouTube channel hardly 2 days back, that is on Sunday 18th of October, I have dealt in detail with that. But one thing I would certainly like to caution, whether it is a IPO market, whether it is a primary market or it is a secondary market, one has to take all the news which we come across, whether it is a print media or electronic media, with a pinch of salt. I am not criticizing anybody. That's not my job. But certainly one has to take it very cautiously. When we come across a news that by merely seeing a 1000 points tank getting tanked as far as my Sensex is concerned on a particular day, say on 14th of October, and then we read into the newspapers that 3.3 lakh crores were wiped out, one has to be very clear that was a cumulative wealth getting eroded on a particular day, and that too on a subjective moment at a market level, not on man level or an individual level. And what counts the most, not only after Corona days, but certainly even in a normal circumstances, and it is certainly not a new normal as far as this thing is concerned, that what matters is what exactly and to which extent my own personal finances have got eroded or they have got enhanced. And if one has to not get eroded as far as the sentiments and confidence is concerned, one's emotions need to be kept in check. That means maybe a new niche area as far as our mentality is concerned, but after all, market does get affected by the mentality which we display. And only thing is certain, that this is not a window dressing of a market. Such things are, there is every likelihood that such things would keep on reoccurring as far as the market movements are concerned. And that's why I thought that I should discuss these peculiar circumstances which were quite new to some extent, but which were quite repetitive as far as our markets are concerned. We should not get bogged down by a fall or rise of 1000 points in a given day. After spending almost more than 30 years in this field, one thing I have realized and understood, that when my BSc Sensex was in the vicinity up to 999 points, that is in 3 digits, 1 digit fluctuation used to happen in my market. When our BSE Sensex was in 4 digit, then 2 digit Sensex movement was normal. And when we are dealing with a 5 digit Sensex now, 40,000 plus minus, then 4 digit Sensex movement on a particular day is not a new thing. We should not be much worried about it, but at the same time, we need not ignore it. Thank you very much.